This is your first free Friday where we give you open source code to use in your artificial intelligence and voice applications, including conversational AI, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and the Jovo framework. Today, we're giving you a piece of middleware. In most of today's applications, there's something called data-driven design. And also, data over opinions. I just put on the headphones. Sorry about that lack of audio quality. So today we're going to give you a middleware hook on Jovo. We're going to publish it open source. So that way, for our team, we're going to use it every single time we spin up a new platform or application. We're just going to throw this middleware hook in so that we can always be collecting data from the users and then displaying that data in visualizations back to them. Instead of just keeping this for ourselves, we thought it would be beneficial for the entire voice community. Let's get started, but before we do, this video is for engineers only. If you're not a coder, if you're not a programmer, if you're not a software engineer, you're probably going to get bored. So send this off to your tech team, and you yourself should keep scrolling on to better content. But if you are a programmer, happy Friday. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new Jovo project. But before I do that, I'm going to make a directory, and I'm going to call it data collection middleware hook. cd data collection middleware hook. And now I'm going to go Jovo new, and I'm just going to call it the exact same thing, data collection middleware hook. So the Jovo new command is going to create our new Jovo project, and all you got to do is name it whatever you want to name it. The link for the code repository where all of this is going to be stored is inside of the description. If you don't see it, it's on GitHub/voice-first-AI. You'll find it in our list of repositories. And finally, data-collection-Jovo-Firebase. So I'm going to push an existing. I'm going to run this. So all I need to do is run git init. Let's go back to the terminal. We want to run git init. Do we want to go one folder deeper? The answer is yes. Git init. Alright, so then we want to go. Can I just copy the whole thing? I could probably just copy the whole thing. Git add dot. Do I want to add everything? Yeah, we'll git add dot. Git commit. Git remote origin add. Git push origin master. All right. What is my password? Sweetman Tech. Let's just copy the password. Boop. Permission denied to Sweetman Tech. I hate. It disappoints me when it blocks me. So really quick, I'm gonna have to add myself. Manage access. Invite a collaborator. Sweetman Tech. There he is. Add that man, Sweetman Tech. Okay. And I think I need to go to my mail to unlock it. Boop. The blessing of LastPass is I can just copy passwords and not share them. Let's see that GitHub invite. Voice First AI, we are invited to collaborate. Okay, now I need to sign out of GitHub. That way I can sign in with Sweetman Tech. Why such a roundabout process? What? View invitation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, GitHub. Accept that invitation. Cool. Okay, let's try that again. Sweetmantech. Now the password for Sweetmantech. Boop, Sweetmantech. Copy the password. Paste the password. Yes! We've done it! We've done it! Alright, so now when we refresh, we should see the code repository. Bam! So y'all now have a code repository with the Jovo Hello World project. And what we're going to do is we're now going to add in our component. We'll test it out real quick, and then we'll call it a day. It's already 34, so I want to make this less than 10 minutes, so I'm going to get started. Code.slash to open up our code editor. Once we're inside of our code editor, the only place we need to add anything to is our src, our source folder. Before we do that, let's actually do the getting started with Cloud Firebase. Up here near the top, we will need to npm install Firebase admin save. So we'll do that inside of our terminal. So what this is going to do is it's going to list it in our project, our package.json file. So that way when you want to download this repository, you will already have this node module ready to install. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and modify the README. Jovo plus voice first template data collection. Voice first addition. All session data is stored in Firebase using their Firestore offering. Quick start to use the Jovo template. After you'll run git clone cd what folder will they cd into? They will cd into come on. Where's my mouse? Alright, here we are. Data collection, copy that. And once we copy that, we will put it inside of the readmes. And then after npmi, then we will just Jovo run. Now we can delete all of this. Blah, 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 blah. Now that you're running about Jovo. Okay, I think we're all good. I think we're good on the README. And we should have... We got Firebase admin installed now, so we will run git status. We'll see git add, we'll add the README, we'll add the package.json, git commit -mi add Firebase admin package and update README. Copy the password, paste the password, boom. Okay, code is now updated with the base of Firebase admin. Now let's copy over the actual code we want to use. We don't need README anymore. All we need is app.js. I have about 7 minutes left. So let's go ahead and add in the Jovo middleware component. So first let's import Firebase data up top. So up at the top, we will paste our Firebase admin info and we'll initialize a database. So now that we have initialized a database from Firebase, we will add a Firebase middleware, a Jovo middleware hook to store all of that data. So after the app handler, we'll go app.hook, app.setHandler, app.hook. It's a before the output, so it'll happen right before. And then we have Jovo request, session, and then we go into our database collection users. Now, this should be good. I want to go ahead and test it. Before I do, I need a path to service account key. So I'll do that by heading over to Firebase and creating a new project that we can use. So let's go to console. Drink some water. This project will be called Jovo Middleware Hook Data Collection. Jovo Data Collection. Yeah, Jovo Data Collection. Sure, we'll enable analytics. Select an account. This will be under voice first. Create the property. Got about 5 minutes left. So once this is created, I should be able to test it using the Jovo debugger as soon as I get a service account key. Once I get the service account key, I'll push up all that data. All right, so Jovo data collection. Let's go to Gear Guy, project settings, service accounts. Create a service account. I want that. Yep, so let's generate a new private key, generate the key. All right, I now have a key. Let's reveal it in my Finder. Now let's open back up our code base, open up downloads, and let's add this into the project. Rename it to service account key, service account key.json. And now we will just go, it's in the same folder as our app.js. So we will save it here. And now we should have everything that we need. We're initializing Firebase. We have our middleware hook. Let's go ahead and get started by running Jovo run. Jovo run. Let's see if it works. So right now, as we can see in our database, before we run, there is nothing inside of our Firebase database. It's offering us to get started with Cloud Firestore. Let's start in test mode. Yeah, that'll work. Sure. While that's going, we now have Jovo, our local server, running. I've just hit the dot to open up the debugger. And let's see if Firebase is still working. It's provisioning our Cloud Firestore right now. I got 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can get this done. All right, here is our empty database. So let's just hit the launch endpoint. Hello world, what's your name? So we should have just had something save in here. Let's see if we did. And if not, then we may have an error inside of our terminal. Nothing in there yet. Okay. Internal error occurred, exception occurred. What happened? Internal error occurred. That's weird. Okay, let's try it again, I guess. Launch again. We still getting that internal error? Request data successful. Okay, so it says this time that data was written, so let's just refresh. Okay, so now we have users of user ID, and now we have some request data and different timestamps to show us, does it have the audio interface, does it have a screen interface, does the device have a video interface, what's the ID of the device, what's the name, it's an audio Alexa only. So now let's hit the other endpoint. My name is, Hey Undefined, it's nice to meet you. Now we should have another reading here. Yeah, so here's our second reading. And now it was a my name is intent, and we have all the inputs from that. So we have the slot, the name, the value of that slot. So if I pass in the name, my name is Sweets, save and run. This next reading will show that we were able to save the value of Sweets. So all session data is now being saved. This little middleware hook is complete. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push this up to our GitHub repository, and then I'm going to get on my call with Arthur, our wonderful intern who's been running the streets of data science. Git status. He's the genesis. He's the reason why we have this package we're making open source today. So we will git add src app.js. And let's also go service account key. Before I add service account key, I'm going to just say, I'm going to go in here and I don't care. I'm going to delete this Firebase project. Replace with your key from Firebase. I'm just going to overwrite all this data with Firebase with the same thing. Private key is going to be super freaking long. Paste that. All this info needs to be replaced with your info. I'm not trying to confuse anybody. Just get the new key from Firebase. Save that. Enter git commit -mi complete initial functioning middleware hook. Git push origin master. Once we push, okay, it's gonna ask for my sign in one final time. Sweetmintech, copy password. Yo, I'm Sweetmintech on GitHub. You can follow me, you can @ me. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Sweetmintech, GitHub insert. Alright, now we've pushed up the code. And let's see if it's updated. We should have a new Jovo plus voice first, data collection, npm I, Jovo CLI, then you git clone our repository, you change directory into the middleware hook, and then you run npm I. And then you just run Jovo run, and then the middleware hook runs, and all of your info saves to Firebase. This has been your first Free Friday, where we give you open source tools to build your conversational applications on Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and more with the Jovo framework, the voice layer. If you want to learn more, you can visit us on all social media platforms at VoiceFirstAI. And if you would like to support us, you can visit the Ultimate Voice Dev course. Just search that and join us on Udemy, where we will teach you in a full, we've got 668 students. We teach you how to build applications using Jovo on Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. Thanks again, and this is Sweets, signing off.